Hello and welcome back to another edition of Smackdown Out 10 right here on the Wrestlers Bay. Of course, a huge show today, the go-home show before Fastlane, which of course is the last stop before WrestleMania, and we've got some huge matches, including Edge versus Jey Uso to decide who'll be the special enforcer between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. So let's get straight into it. We started off with Sasha Banks and Belair arguing backstage. Sasha and Bianca were arguing about whether the boss should have accepted the title match or not, which we went straight into. Banks v Nia Jax. Sasha started strong before Jax got control early on, was dominating her. Shayna Baszler got in a ring and distracted her and ended up kicking Jax in the face by accident to allow Banks to retain her title. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. To be honest, Banks should have just been running through her on the road to WrestleMania. Stupid, really. But anyway, moving on. Backstage, Edge talked about how Daniel Bryan would not get a fair shot on Sunday if Edge was a special guest enforcer. Jax and Baszler were arguing before Seth Rollins came out and was mocking Cesaro, was saying how brilliant he was, before Shinsuke Nakamura came out and destroyed Rollins, and it looks like we're going to get that match on Sunday, which I'm really pleased about, because they're two great wrestlers and it's going to be an incredible match. But anyway, moving on next up, we've got Street Profits versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic and Ford kicked off the match. Rey went for a 619 when he got in, but Dawkins countered. Dominic picked up the win for the team with a roll-up out of nowhere, and then the Alpha Academy came down and they took on Dominic and Rey. The match began during the commercials, and as we returned, Alpha Academy was in control, and Otis managed to get the win with a huge splash. It just looked awesome, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This was really solid. But anyway, backstage on Smackdown, Sami Zayn was still trying to persuade Kevin Owens it was a conspiracy about him before Daniel Bryan said he would beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns said no chance, and then basically that was the end of the segment before we got Sami Zayn versus King Corbin. Zayn blinded Corbin with a thumb to the eye and went for a roll up. The ref said no, and Corbin hit the end of the days to win once he got back up, and after the match Zayn beat Owens up because he didn't believe it was a conspiracy. It was okay, 6 out of 10. But anyway, Big E and Apollo Crews were having a little bit of an interview backstage. The two walked out of their interview rooms and just had a massive brawl on the outside. Apollo took a beating before the officials broke it up, before we got on to Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler. Not a great match, to be honest. Went on for a little bit before Natalia and Tamina went out and destroyed Shayna, and then they proceeded to destroy Bianca in the ring. What the fuck, 5 out of 10. But anyway, moving on to our main event, it was Edge versus main event Jey Uso. Daniel Bryan was on commentary and Edge went for the early pin. Jey Uso was in control before he got a new fall from the Samoan drop. However, his momentum was quickly halted after Edge kicked out to stay in the match. The Rated R Superstar then slammed Jey's injured shoulder to the mat and picked up a win off a sudden spear. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. This was pretty good, and then of course we got the usual breakdown afterwards. But anyway guys, Smackdown this week gets a 6 out of 10. For me it was probably slightly better than last week's episode, which I didn't really like. But on the whole, was it the greatest episode of Smackdown I've ever seen? No, not really. The women's division stuff really isn't great at the moment. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and follow me on Twitter, link in the description below, for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.